Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Uh, Tonight, we're just going to be doing a little bit of uh, talking about equipment and things like that after I go through the announcements that I've got going on. Uh, First, let's see. I got to get my phone over here ready for talk show here. All right. Uh, Next week's guest is be the October the 1st. That's the Sunday, the next cop show. I got a very special guest, one of my new friends that I have uh, got knowing pretty good here on YouTube. And she is in the crochet community. She does little sewing and stuff like that. And um, her name is Dawn Yardendaw. Uh, she does a lot of crocheting and things like that, and she's very, very awesome to talk to. I go into her chats, and they make you feel warm and welcome while you're in there and talk to you. And so she will be my guest for next week, and the 8th, my special guest will be David Hope. He is also a very special person that I've got to know through the paranormal community. I talk to him off and on by text messenger and stuff like that. And occasionally, or once in the blue moon, we'll call each other and sit and just talk and catch up on some things, and everything like that. So he's going to be my guest on the 8th of October. And I got a few more other people that might let me know in the next couple of weeks here when they can be a guest. I've sent them invitations to be one, and they said they'll have to get back with me here soon. And so we will make it through that then. All right, that's all with this I got. See who we got here in the chat. Hey, Parasolo, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in, hanging out with me. Bud Files, appreciate you coming in. Thank you a lot. I really enjoyed seeing all y'all. Tonight, we're just going to talk about a few pieces of equipment that we've recently have and other that we've had and we hadn't never got to use yet. But we will eventually, after I figure out that I have them and I can remember taking them with me. But we will be getting it going there. It's always a pleasure, brother. I appreciate you, David. I just got done announcing your show for next month, but I really appreciate you being a guest, man. I really enjoyed listening at your stories and things like that. Very, very interesting. Let's see. We do have a few things that we're actually going to be having it for sale for long. Everybody's seen our shirts the other night on our investigation that me and my dad wore. There was black with yellow glow in the dark writing on them. And the women, they have black with pink glow in the dark writing. So when we get them set in stone, when we get ready to start making them, I will be posting it. And these here is another thing that we're going to be putting out there for sale. Is the drink coasters. The first one will be the green one. And this is the second one. It's like purple. The lighting ain't too good, but that is like not purple, but it's a little bit purple. Then you got one that's mixed colors, orange and black. It's the inside of them letters supposed to be like a haunted house, a haunted scene. So there'll be 4 in the set. And then you got the limited edition coaster. When we get done making these as a limited run, we will go back with one of these with another color like blue or red or something other. But this is just going to be a limited time offer for this right here. Let's see. Those look awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's just something there for we to sell and get back to the group so we can get more equipment and stuff like that. And I just sent off a box to one of my members in Missouri. She's going down to Kentucky to the C.O.P.S thing down there. And she's going to be setting up a booth with us on it with the cops and stuff. She's going to be there. I think her son's going to be there or something like that. I'm not really positive who's going to be going. I know I won't be getting to go because I can't get that time off. Hey Irene, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. I really, really appreciate you. I enjoyed watching Carol's show this morning. It's always an honor to watch her show and your shows. I like to, but I can't never seem to catch all of them. Let's see. I'm good, thank you. No problem. I really enjoyed. Yeah, I've always enjoyed watching y'all shows. I liked when you was doing a lot of canning and stuff like that. That's pretty neat. I wished I would have done some canning stuff, but I don't have time. I got a lot of other stuff to try to keep up with. But tonight we're going to talk about several pieces of equipment that we have gotten recently, and I do want to start with let's see. Well, everybody's been using these for years now. They just came out really about 2 or 3 years ago at least, and now everybody and his brother are using them. It's the cat toys. A lot of people call them spirit balls. I just call them whatever pops in my brain at that particular time. They are motion censored. You can just barely touch it and it will go off. Hey, cops. You street paranormal. Hey, I appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you a lot. I think I got a mosquito messing with my foot. These are not expensive, but if they go bad, then you buy a bunch at a time, and you can't use them because every once in a while they do go bad. But the last one I had, it fell off the little pedestal thing at the cemetery, and it split in 3 different pieces, so it would never work. I glued it back together, and it never did work again. So we had to go buy a whole bunch more. And I went on Amazon and I found a good deal, so I went ahead and bought 15 of them. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, what? Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in, hanging out with me. It's always nice to see somebody that's in the same state as I is. I really appreciate that. Parasolos and 8 to 10. Yeah, we just use these, and after they cut off, like the spirit will go and come up into them and just touch them, and they'll cut the lights back on. It's just very little bit motion censored. So that's what we use those for, just a form of communication with the spirit. Okay, crossover. Welcome. Irene and Lynn, North Carolina. Yeah, that's right. Hey, pair so low. But yeah, we do have pretty good luck with those. We use them about pretty much about every time we go out to do that. Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you coming in. Always something. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you a lot. Appreciate everybody's in here tonight. It probably won't be too long of a show, but we're just gonna get over some of the equipment that we have that we've got this past week, and a few older equipment that I ain't got opened up out of the box yet that I keep forgetting that I have. I bought a set of dowsing rods, and the pendulum came with it. I didn't think it would, but this is solid copper, and I happen to think I better need to get me a pendulum board, so I got a pendulum board. Also, it's got everything under the sun on it. So we can use this. I was going to use it the other night at the bridge, but I never did. I got a big way of putting new batteries in our SLS camera. So that took off a little bit. I'm off to bed. Have a great night. I appreciate you. Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot, Irene, for coming in. I appreciate that. And our next thing that I bought, which I've seen it work on other YouTube channels, and I've been aiming to get a couple of them, but I never did, is a compass. You can use a compass as an EMF meter. You just have to hold that thing real straight and level, make sure that needle will float, and then you can go everywhere you want to and check, see if you got EMFs. And the best thing to do is not go underneath like power lines, because it will jack it all up. And I mean, you can probably find your way if you don't get lost, but I don't know. All I know, if I get lost, I always turn around and go back the way I come, and I normally end back up where I started from. So, but yeah, I've seen it used, but it's just only had a compass, didn't have its yellow piece on there and nothing like that. But you can use a compass. I've seen. I forget who that was. I can't remember the name of his show now. But he done a little lesson on how to use one, and I've watched it 2 or 3 times, and it's pretty interesting. Then I got the new 2023 K2 meter. It looks like the old ones, but it's just a little bit different made. It does have the 5 lights on it, 2 greens, yellow, orange, and red, but they're in a straight row instead of crossways like the normal ones is. They got several different colors like this. They got red, and they got some other color. I can't remember all the colors. We just got them in probably about 2 weeks ago. I've been using it, but it's a little bit different than the older ones. Older ones are a little bit more sensitive than that right there is, I think. Then I got a indoor and outdoor thermometer that I use for investigation, especially when I'm inside. It tells me a little bit about if there's something that's actually going to happen, like a cold spot, when the temperature actually goes down on it. The other night I used it out there at the bridge, and it got down to 47 at long last there. Appreciate you, Baker, coming in, bud. I hope you are doing well and have a good night. You too, man. I hope you get to feeling better, buddy. I hope to see you at work tomorrow. But I appreciate you coming in and saying hey, and but I'll be praying for you, man, and get to feeling better. And we got some new EMF meters that give us a digital reading, tells us if it's safe or harmful when we go to do a room or something like that. And when the screen is green, it's okay. We walk around till it turns red, and then we'll see how much EMF stuff is giving off, how much energy it does. And then if it does that, the screen will turn red. So it tells you down here at the bottom if it's harmful right there, and right there on the top of it right there would be if it's safe. But when it's green screen like that, it's safe. But when it gets that, it'll turn red. And also it does have a beeping noise on it. I'm at work, but about to drive home soon. Hey, man, be careful coming home, man. Appreciate you watching. I've got one. My dad's got one, so we have two that we can actually do the comparison of each. Try to compare with both meters. Then we got another one in the mail that we going to start using just for a base reading. It just only got one button to mash and another that says hold, but we just walk around like this, holding our hands, and just walk around the room and just get a pretty much base reading. It does have a little alarm on it, that little red light. It goes crazy. It ain't going off right now because the sensor is in the back, some right there. And if you hit the back of it real hard, it will make it jump. So it's very sensitive. That sensor is very, very sensitive. Cool device. Good night, everyone. Appreciate you coming in, Baker. Good night, buddy. Hey, Matt. How you doing, buddy? Where are really talking to a spirit on the bridge the other night? Yes, we was actually talking to one. We had several, actually. We had one little boy that the lady in the chat said it was 7 years old. It was really scared coming up. That's what was messing with my dad when he was sitting there. And finally, he just warmed up to us, and he went and actually sat on my dad's lap. We got it on SLS camera. I showed it to got it showing on the thing. I was watching, Michael. Yep, that was cool, man. That was very, very cool. Very cool. Last time we got somebody named Mark on there, and we couldn't ever really get that one to come over where we was at to talk to us that much, but we actually found out it was named Mark, and another one was named I can't remember the other one's name now. I think one of them was named Mike at one time. So I'm not really sure. It's been a while back. And then we've had these cameras for a while, and I've always wanted to find something there to protect it with, especially if we get caught out in the rain. This camera costs quite a bit, so I want to try to protect it as much as possible. And so I went ahead, I went online, and I found something there that we can use. But it is a little umbrella that covers your camera up when we get caught out in the rain. I've got 3 of them. I got one for my camera, Dad's camera, and several other equipment that we got that cost a little bit. We want to protect all we can. Hey, 2 old guys, vintage and resale. Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you coming in, bud. Hey, Fruit Loop buddy, how you doing, man? Appreciate you coming in also. Tonight also, after I do the equipment stuff, I'm going to talk about how C.O.P.S how it actually got started. If y'all are interested in a little bit of history of C.O.P.S here, it's not a very long story, but it is long. But I'll shorten it up some for you, and we will get on with that. My other equipment that we used the other night on the bridge itself is my little hitting the thumbs up, hitting thumbs up before I hit the bed. I appreciate that. Buffering a bit. Yeah, my computer's a little bit slow, but my phone, where I got it on Facebook, to see the chat over there, it's kind of slow also. But check this out. This is my little plasma ball. I'll cut the light off, and we will. I'll show you what it does. Well, if it'll do it right. We use this as a yes and no thing. Well, I put the fluorescent bulb up, and it will come on. But if a spirit touches the thing, it's supposed to cut it off and cut back on. So that's what that's supposed to be for. My batteries ain't strong. It did it good the other night when I was working with it. It done it really, really good. Just like that right there. But see, you can tell that I wasn't holding. It's not plugged into nothing. It just my hands, and I'm not plugged into anything. So see. So that's pretty good when it wants to work right. But I think the battery's about dead. I need a little bit stronger plasma ball. We got this in that Harbor Freight, so it might be one of the reasons. And everybody saw these before. We use this one quite regular. Every time we get a chance, we make sure we take it out with us and everything like that. So we normally get pretty good activity. We only got to go off twice. One I caught on camera. The other one was at the cemetery. That wind was blowing so hard, I really couldn't say if it was the spirit did it or the wind actually done it. But it did go off that night, and that's our gremlin. He's supposed to shake his head when he hollers, but he fell off the bridge and broke his neck in here somewhere. One of the pins in there broke. So he just hollers now. He don't. And all the spirit has to do is just hit him on the head like that, and it will go off. So that's what we use, and we actually the first one that use the gremlin like that, the gizmo. So he's our little signature, I guess, for the cops, and we got him on a coaster. So it's in one of the sets of the coaster. So you get 4 in a set, crossover, and you get the gremlin. The gremlin is the limited edition one. So once it's all sold out, you will get just a regular crossover one then. There won't be no more gremlin like that. Gizmo. Yeah. He's been a favorite for our group for a long time. And we got another one that we're trying because we might discontinue him, might take him out of service if he gets too broken up, but I don't know if we will or not. And we went into the store and we actually walked through the toy section and we're trying to find some more, and my dad does. And we came up with this little guy. I don't know what he is or nothing, but I know he's from Star Trek, because not Star Trek, but Star Wars. That's what it said on the box. But he does all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm not touching it. So we've been using that one for a while. Tried to get it to do the same thing. We didn't use it on the bridge the other night because when he does rock, he gets a little wop-legged and he wants to fall over too bad. He did fall off the tombstone we had at the cemetery. Me and my dad and Rick did that night. So that's pretty much all of the basic equipment that we have. I do have the DVR system, but it's out there in the truck in a great big old wooden box that I had made. So it will be sometime when I show that over and over. So let's see, what else do I was going to say? All right. Everybody wanted to know in the past what I do on my days that I don't investigate, that I can't do nothing because it's raining and stuff like that. When I'm at home, I do woodwork. Not nothing big, nothing major, not like parasols or nothing like that, but I do woodcrafts. I whittle stuff out of wood, especially tree limbs and old tobacco sticks. I whittle it down and make all kinds of crazy things. And I wished I had some left set back to have where I say I made it one of these days, but I everything I had I sold. I first started out making the chicken. As a little rooster I made. All this stuff is a rainy day when you can't get out and do an investigation, snowy days and stuff like that. And then I started whittling little birds. And I also made bluebirds. And my cousin Shasta, her daughter liked these, so I made her some flamingos. Then a guy I worked with wanted something for his wife, and he asked me, "Can I make one of these?" And I made a little snowbird for him, a little snow owl. I wasn't too big fan of that. I don't think I'd done a good job. Then I made my mother-in-law a crochet hook. She used that for a long time. I whittled that out of a tobacco stick, like you hang it up into the barn with, the old way. And then when I worked at the golf course, I made some deers for Christmas. And I made this early one morning. It took me about 45 minutes to an hour to make it. And I was scared that he was going to run off. So I had to tie him to the refrigerator so I can go and use the bathroom. And I made a bunch of little bitty deers also. All that is just indoor stuff when I couldn't get outside and do my paranormal. I made that farm for a guy I work with. It's a exact replica of his farm. I've done it all by memory. I've been to his house 3 or 4 times. So he wanted me to get started on his farm, and it took me about 2 weeks to think about everything on it. And then I just started fixing it for him. And he enjoys it. He loves it. He talks about it pretty much about every time we get together over at work. He'll mention something about it somewhere along the line. And my profession now is I drive a forklift at work. That's pretty much about all I do. I do a lot of other stuff, but that's almost exact same thing as my forklift I work with. Same name, same color and everything, but just different model. I do work for a company that recycles water bottles, anything plastic pretty much, but the biggest part of it is like water bottles. We make yarn out of it. That is the yarn that we make. The biggest two biggest package that we actually make is around about 25, 30 some pounds. It's pretty big, heavy. We do make nylon yarn like that also. So we take water bottles and we turn it into yarn. That's what we do. There's a little process. They take it, bottles, and chop it up, what we call flake. And they'll turn them into little pellets that we call chip. And then we make the yarn. So that's what we do over there, and we sell it to other manufacturers, make stuff with it, clothing, stuff you can use every day, things like that. Shirts, pants, socks, underwear, hats, the headlining in cars. Detroit Lions makes their practice jersey out of the yarn, things like that. If you see that symbol right there on any piece of clothing or anything, that it's got yarn in it from water bottles that we made. So that's about it. Right here's a little diagram of how it works. Water bottles turn to flake, turn to chip, turn to fiber, turn into a product. There's another little shorter version. That truck right there, it's like a mobile thing on wheels that really tells you can tour it, and it tells you the process, how they do it. It goes from state to state, and you play a little game and you can win a prize and stuff like that. You just have to go online and look it up to see when it's coming to your state, your town. Or if it don't get around there, I guess you can text them, email them or something other, and say, hey, you need to come over this way, That's what we do. I was trying to find some of my stuff where I have, but I don't know where all my shirts has got off to, and I don't even know where my jackets got off to neither. But it also tells you on that stuff how many bottles it takes to make a shirt, or a hat might take 2 bottles. I know my socks I got where I showed you the night in the truck, it takes 1 bottle to make a little small pair of socks. So that's what I do. I've had a lot of people ask me what I do for a living, and that's what that is. I work for like a recycling company, I guess you would say. And also, I was a firefighter for 12 some years. I won that in 2012. That was my fire department's name. So, yeah, that's what that is. That's what way I got started. That's what I did. I used to when I worked at the golf course, I picked up golf balls and everything. But I was a maintenance man on the golf course, and after hours, I go raid the ponds and raid the woods and stuff like that, just to find golf balls to sell them, to make extra money, to do things with. I appreciate you coming in. 15 likes. Hello, beautiful. Hey, PW, how you doing? Sorry, I didn't. I thought I said hey to you earlier, but evidently you just came in. I'm sorry I missed you. But yeah, there's a lot of people that ask me about what I did, so that's what I done. So if anybody wants to come up on panel, I ain't got nothing else left. Talking about if anybody wants to come up, I will try to find your email and I'll send you a link. If not, we'll talk a little bit more. If you got questions to ask me, go ahead. I'm good, no worries. I appreciate you. I just getting a big way of talking and I don't have much to do. I'm gonna play the halftime video right quick so I can go get me a drink. And I will be right back. Well, welcome back. That was quick, wasn't it? I did make another intro for my October 1st show. I got a very special guest coming on that night. I really can't wait to see everybody that joins her on her show here. She's been very awesome. I like going into her show. This is for October the 1st. I got Dawn Yarn Doll. She's supposed to be coming in. She's my next guest. We ain't going to do much on paranormal, but we're going to do a lot of talking and let the chat talk to her and ask her questions. I'm going to do like a little basic interview, how she got started in what she does. And I hope she picks up quite a bit of people for her channel also. So then the 8th of October, I got David Holt supposed to be coming in. He's also a great guy. I like to talk to him, listen to his stories. I've already got his thumbnail made there, so I can't wait till we get going. So a lot of, let's see who come in the chat. That's cool. Yeah, we'll be doing a lot of talking for that one anyway, and I really like to see all the stuff that she makes. She does do crochet. She crocheted stuff, and so I like watch people make stuff. One thing I am in the field that we make yarn and people take yarn and make stuff with it, but it's a different type of yarn. We make what they call filament yarn, I guess you say. It's thin as frog hairs. So it's pretty cool. Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Hey, PW. I appreciate all y'all coming in. Thank y'all a lot for being here, hanging out with me. We are on Facebook too, also tonight, and I think everybody is from the YouTube side, so that's pretty cool. I'm just running my mouth, y'all. So I do have the video of me and my dad got the gremlin to go off. If y'all want to see that, thumbs up, everyone. I appreciate that. Thank you a lot. Let's highlight that. But I'm gonna go ahead and play the video for the gremlin and let y'all. Okay, you can touch every one of these little toys out here now, please. already got. Actually, it done got back up 36 degrees. It was 34.
I felt warmer a while ago.
I hear something clicking.
I've heard that. Not sitting right down there.
Will you please reach up here and touch that little gremlin for me? All you gotta do is hit him on the head, and he will go off. He'll make a funny noise, but he will not hurt you. If you want, you can cut that little cat toy on. Don't be rattling them keys, man.
I ain't rattling nothing. I got my hands right there top of my pants to keep my fingers warm. I ain't rattling nothing.
Okay, thank you. No way. No freaking way. No way.
I told you there's something right there, John, and you don't believe me.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. You are the first one that we got to do that. That's all you got to do is touch it. Will you do it again for me, please? He likes to watch himself when he does that. Yeah, he likes to watch himself. Do spirit follow you home? I am curious. No, to me, I don't. They don't. Like I always say, I am protected. I do have my cross that's been blessed. I do have other safety stuff that I have. Careful, I had a spirit take over me when I was a kid. Yep. They say they do get attached, but we make sure that none of our stuff get attached because we make sure we tell them. And then we actually, a lot of people don't do it, but we pray before we go and pray before we leave. So sometimes y'all hear me and sometimes you don't. Sometimes I just do it in my head. They know to leave us alone. That was awesome. Yeah, we had a pretty good time that night. So it was actually a really crazy thing. It was pretty neat. Let's see. Just checking. I keep getting notifications from everybody. So I guess I could go into the YouTube side. And start making some mods. Have you ever went to a haunted place? Yes, we have been to a sanatorium in Virginia. Been there twice. We got some crazy stuff. We had a guy to get not burnt, but like a big red whelp on back of his neck, and it was pretty wild that night when that happened. I think they got a little bit scared for I just don't know. You make me a mod. I am surprised. Oh no, I've been aiming to. I hadn't had a chance. I don't get to see a lot of people in here as often. You know what I mean? But when I see people that comes to my chats quite regular, I will give them a special wrench. Did you make me? I have debunked some haunteds and seen things on the film that the others didn't see. Oh yeah, we did a lot of things like that. My house is haunted, but they are friendly. Yeah. Well, thank you, Joe. Oh, no problem. No problem. I was over in professional paranormal research a while ago before my show got started, watching and listening and everything, which I do a lot. I used to take pictures of others and showed them to spirits that were around them. Yeah, that's what we that's what we normally did. But this last time, my buddy Michael didn't get to go with us. He's our big photographer. He would take pictures like crazy, and he takes of the same thing. He'll take 10, 15, 20 pictures of the same spot before he even moves. And we actually caught an orb actually floating in the pictures from when it started forming all the way out till it started fizzled out. I think it took 8 or 9 pictures before it disappears. That was pretty cool. That was at John Martin's place over at the Rock House. Y'all seen in the video. So that was a very interesting night that night for sure. We do have other little trigger objects in case when we go back to the clinic. I did go to the dollar store and found some little doctor toy kits. It's got like the thing you put in your ears, listen to hearts and lungs and stuff like that. And I think we got little scissor things in there, little tweezers. And we're gonna take that with us to the clinic next time when we go and see if we can't trigger up something with that. What state are you in? I am in North Carolina. I am North Carolina. I find haunted locations so interesting, especially when they have dark history. Oh yeah, that sanatorium that we went to was pretty strong. There's there's a lot of stuff goes on in them places that things. I mean, it's just crazy. I wished I had to know what I did with that movie that I've got, but I don't know. I misplaced it. It might be in my bedroom in yonder. But it's got some crazy stuff on that make you skin crawl. It's got the place that I'm talking about on there also. I have dealt with spirits all my life, some good and some not so good. Oh yeah, I've seen several spirits in my day. Like I said before, I saw my grandma, saw my best friend, and not too long ago, I saw my mom. So Let's see. I can't remember. Um, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about? Be right back. Need more coffee. Yeah, I had to get me a drink earlier. I I've got my other computer set up right here too, so I've been doing some work on it. It's not really hooked up to the internet or nothing like that, but I'll go in and put some information that where I can look at and read back and stuff like that. I just don't like it when people challenge the spirits to me. I find it disrespectful. I'm just glad there are people out there who tries to be respectful to the dead. Yeah, that's us. We're trying to be respectful. That's I don't go and do no kind of provoking no way. That's just me. It's my opinion. Like I said, I've got enough problems. I don't need something else to follow me home and uh, do more problems. So I try to do my best to not do any kind of provoking. Because if any spirits come here, they're probably like, boy, this is a boring place. I'm going back, you know. So that's just, like I said, I do not really provoke anything. Exactly. I have got enough of problems. I don't need nothing else tied on top of everything else I got. It's dangerous for sure. Oh yeah. I mean, I'll go and say if there's any spirits here, can you communicate with us through any of this equipment? I don't go and I say, hey, if you can't do it, you're scared, you're stuff like that. Try to agitate them. I don't do that. If they want to talk to me, they'll talk to me. If they don't, somebody else will come and talk to us. That's just the way I do it. But hey, beautiful day. How you doing? Appreciate you coming in. I was hanging out over there in Yarn Dog's channel earlier. I was getting my stuff ready. Beautiful day. Well, kids get ideas in their heads and don't realize what they are doing until it is done. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. That's like I said, that's one thing I don't try to do because I have enough problems on top of my problems. I don't want to fool with it. Say hello. Say hello, paranormal. Yep. So I'm gonna get my questions up right here, my paranormal questions, and see if y'all want to answer those. See, that's what I give my people that comes into the group, the new people. I try to see what they would do, see how they react, and things like that. Because I don't really want to come in and get scared, take off running, and things like that. I want them to see how they act if their spirit actually came up to touch them, not by asking them to, just by their own self. Because most time you don't have to ask a spirit to come and touch you, and they will do it automatically. That's just what I've found before, you know. Well, all have a blessed day. I have to go. I have to get a few more things done before bedtime. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you a lot. PW said, I love questions. Hey, Danielle, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Beautiful day. Say hey to you. PW says hey. She says hey back to y'all. Let's see. All right. I don't know. I can't remember how many they are. I got 15 questions, but this is what I use to test my members before we go out to another. I mean, our new members, what I should say. Let's see. Let me find. Let's see. So one of them is the spirit of Voodoo Queen, Maria, whatever last, I can't say that last name, is said to sometimes take the form of this animal, and then it's got a cat, alligator, or crow. That is one of the questions. Try to answer them honestly. You think crow? Yep, you're right. That's what the answer is. C. That's pretty good. Pretty smart. That's very smart. Let's see. Which famous actor is now linked to ghostly activity in Massachusetts? Nathaniel Hawthorne, Edgar Allan Poe, or Jack London? Jack London. Which one? Let me get the answer up here. Wait, Q. I'm married. You say Edgar Allan Poe. No, answer is A, the Hawthorne guy. Yeah, let's see. Here's another pretty good one. In places where ghost activity is present, visitors often report a feeling of physical heaviness, almost as if something is weighing down on them. Is that true or false? True. Let's see. Yep, it's true. You're right. Daggone, you are pretty good. Beautiful Day said it's true too. Y'all smart. Y'all better than I am. I have to look at the answers. Oh, you devil. It ain't what I want. Let's do this again. Sorry, y'all. My question got disappeared from me. Let's see. Some parapsychologists believes that cold spots indicates a place like a portal where spirits transport in and out of the earthly world. That be true or false? Only two are normal. I am nerd. Not schoolwork. Most people don't believe me, but we live in a haunted house before. Oh, I believe you, because I have too. You say it's true, true, and it is true. I don't know why that thing keeps on doing that. All right, back to the questions. I think my computer's possessed. Open. Yes, it is true. I ain't gonna say and keep opening that thing up off every time. All right, let's see. Number 5. Haunted graveyards are rare because spirits generally did not have a connection to burial place during their lives, so therefore do not have a reason to return to them. True or false? Hey John, I'm here listening. Didn't get home till 3 afternoon from investigation. Then fell asleep. Left it on you. No problem. Appreciate you coming in. Welcome. Different day says welcome. I found out your computer has a mind of its own. It does. It keeps cutting in and out. You say false. We done, yeah. Day. I want to say false, but not sure. All right, number 5 is A, so that is true. All right. Got that one out. That one out. Now, but I think it's false because if they're buried there, and that's just me, I think they go anywhere they want to anyway. To me, if they find a portal open up there at that place, they can go through there and they can go through. They can travel through portals everywhere. That's just my opinion. So I don't know. I don't know who wrote that question, who come up with the answer, but they a little bit off, I believe. Let's see. This one here says, because I didn't write these questions. There's somebody else uh, done these questions. PW said, I say false. I'm not changing my answer. Yeah, I think they can go everywhere they want to. Oh yeah, they can. They can go through anything they want to. So I don't know who really wrote these answers down to these questions, but that's what it came up. I think they can choose to go where they want. You're right, Vicky. Sure, they sure can. Anything they want to do, they can pretty much do it, and they don't have to ask neither. They just go when they want to. Let's see here. What the next thing you say? Let's see. How can you tell if an orb is real and not dust or moisture? A, it has a defined border, something like that. I don't know. That's crazy. The color is not entirely uniformed, or all of the above. All of the above. I think that's C. That's my opinion. Queen Vicky. Oh, above C. C. Yeah, that's what I'm saying it is. We'll find out right here to be exact sure. That was number 7 question. Yep, C. All right. Number 8. You say the date, time, and place into the record. What's the next thing you say? Why did you burn out the light bulb? When did you die? How how did it happen? Or who are you? I'm going to say, it just the first thing you ask is who are you? Then how did you die? Yeah, they got it backwards on here. C and then B, but they got C for the answer on that one too. Who are you? I would go C, B. I won't worry about A because A to me don't really matter to that question no how. Now that you have everything, uh, why should you do that? Says now if you have everything assembled, what should you do next? Record the time and nature of the event. Start snapping pictures. Turn off all the lights in the house. I'm going to say C on that one. Turn off all the lights in the house. That's me. So now you got everything assembled. What should you do next? I would turn out all the lights. Anybody else want to answer the question? Let's see here. I will turn off all the lights and then we will use my spirit box. And so C will be the answer. Turn out all the lights in the house. All right. If you smell something, tobacco smoke, flowers, or perfume, what should you do? Run away? Go find it to see what it is and to see what is causing it? Or you just assume that someone is smoking and wearing perfume, etc.? I'm going to say B for that. But I know I ain't going to run away, that's for sure. And I'm not going to assume that someone is smoking and wearing perfume. I'm going to say B. Let's make sure it says B. Yep, number B. This is pretty fun. I like doing this. I've never done questions on here before. Do you always try to debunk any claims that you have heard in the interview? True or false? I'm going to say true. I will find it and then see the cause of it for sure. Never assume. Investigate. True. I'll try to debunk everything. True, true. Yep, that sure is true. That's pretty smart. Y'all are smart. Y'all smarter than me. And I got the, and I give these to my new members that when I get them come into the group, because I like to test them. I want to make sure they know what they're doing and don't make me look weird. Number 12. When taking still photos, how long in between shots do you wait before you take another shot? It's got 10 minutes, an hour, or 3 seconds. But I'm going to say you snap fast, you can get it snapped. Or if you got that auto snap, put it on that bad boy. I'm going to say C for that one. I don't watch a lot of paranormal shows like that. I am a paranormal nerd. You say C. She said laugh out loud. Beautiful day. And C. You want to guess that one, Vicky, before I say the answer? How long you should take the before you take another shot with the camera. It says, when taking still photos, how long in between shots do you wait before you take another shot? It says 10 minutes, an hour, or 3 seconds. Because I'm going to say C myself, because you'll want to get as many shots you can before you quit. And we always take about 10 to 15 pictures of the same thing, because you never know what you get. That's just us. I always take a series. Yep, it's C. You're right. CCC. When you analyze the photographs, what are some of the things that you are looking for? Fingers over the camera lens, smoke, dust, or all the above? And I'm going to say E on that one, all the above. Let me go see. That was number, what number was that? 13. All the above, all the above. Weird question. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got all these off of line, I done Google search one time and found all these weird questions. But yeah, it is E, all the above. 2 more questions, and then we're going to get done with this one. Always do you research? Always do you do research on the location you are investigating, so that you have some history to help you with the investigation? And it's got true or false. That can go either way, to be honest with you, because a lot of people is a little bit different for that one. You say true, true. I love research. Yeah, me too. I'm going to say A, which a lot of people will say false, because they don't like to know the history before they go into a building or a cemetery or whatever. They don't like people tell them what they have found. They want to see it on their own. And after they researched the place and done the investigated, then they'll go back and collab with the guys that Vic says depends on what type of investigation it is. Yeah, you're right. Some people don't want it to could the you're right. Love research. Yeah, I've always liked research. I like to know more about the history of the place. To me, that's what I like to do, because I like the history. I like to find out what happened, because that gets me more excited if I get to see something there that actually, like some kind of battle or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Then it says, I put this one in for myself. What does C.O.P.S. stand for? Cool old people stories, or paranormal? I mean, crossover paranormal society. A or B? I did that just to throw them off. I ain't got to look at the answer for that one. Hey, appreciate you coming in. Thank you a lot. Appreciate you coming in. Beautiful Day said that was B. PW says B. If it's a residual, if it's residential, I just want to know of any. Or, oh yeah, you're right, Vicky. You're right. I like to know a little bit about the like a private location that we do. I do like to understand what I'm going up against and things like that when I go in private residence, because I don't want to just go in there and start shooting off my mouth. And if there is something there that's a little rough, I want to know what they've seen. I want to know what they think it could be, who it could be, what it can be, if it's like a demon or anything like that. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. If it's old historical, I do. Yeah, you're right, Vicky. I love history. I love anything has to do with the Civil War. That's my favorite time frame. That and the Victorian era. I was born in the wrong time zone. So that was all my questions I got that I have. Y'all did pretty good. Y'all done better than what I did, and I was looking at the answers. PW says hello, each of you. Have you ever investigated any of the Civil War sites? No, but I have investigated 2 areas here next where I live at that has a little bit of Civil War skirmishes at. One that was the North comes down, and it's called a Stoneman Raid, and they claimed that 2 of the Southern boys stole their horses or something like that, and they had a little shindig going on down here right below the house. And then the Quaker Cemetery on the opposite end, on the other side at the wood line, they're supposed to be a school. House was sitting there, and several of the Quakers that they don't believe in raising arms against people, and they actually had a little skirmish there, and we've investigated there, so it's pretty cool. We just go prepared for anything left. Yeah, we do too. That's one thing that we tried to do pretty much. Oh, I was just asking about that. Laugh out loud. But yeah, like I said, dude, I'm a big Civil War freak. I like Civil War stuff. Anything has to do about Civil War, I love it. That's my time frame. I love to go back to Vicksburg. You can feel such a heaviness there. Oh yeah, I did get to visit uh, Appomattox. but I didn't get to investigate it. I wasn't into paranormal at that particular time. But I did get to go. I took my dad to my cousin's school. They done a Veterans Day celebration, Veterans Day, and of course, my dad is a veteran, so us here at Crossover Paranormal Society, we do salute all the veterans, no matter what you was in. We honor our veterans. So I had to take him to there because they wanted to give him a little token and little piece of paper saying thank you from all the kids there in the school. And after we got done with that, we went to Appomattox, and that's where we stayed the rest of our day when we stayed out there with them. So that was very, very cool. Respect our vets, 100%. Yes, that's the reason why my dad wears his army hat and his coat most of the time when it's cold outside. He will wear it, and y'all will end up seeing it on him. But we try to do anybody that has anything to do with any family members and stuff like that. Majority of my family members was a veteran, so I had an uncle on my mom's side that was in Vietnam. Appreciate that. Appreciate that so much. Y'all most time hear me say, somebody asked me one time in a chat when I was on location, asked me how old my dad was, and I keep on saying he's 174 years old, 175. Well, he ain't but 75 years old, so I want everybody don't think I'm trying to rush him up or nothing, but I pick on him all the time about it because I always say that he used to ride the dinosaurs with Fred Flintstones and stuff like that. But we always have fun and everything like that. I hadn't even been looking at the Facebook. I don't even know if anybody over there was doing the questions or not. Y'all have any questions for me? Whatever. If you have anything, I'll be more than glad to try to answer them best I can. If not, I'm gonna get ready to go to bed, and I got to get up early in the morning. It's already 10:38. I got to get up at 4 o'clock for work. I don't have no more questions. All I got, the other questions I got is one's what you asked the client when you go to their houses for private locations and stuff like that. But I'll play this video right here for you.
Behind you.
Okay, you can touch every one of these little toys out here now, please. already got. Actually, it done got back up to 36 degrees. It was 34.
I felt warmer a while ago.
I hear something like something clicking.
I've heard that. And I was sitting right down there.
Will you please reach up here and touch that little gremlin for me? All you gotta do is hit him on the head, and he will go off. Just he'll make a funny noise, but he will not hurt you. If you want, you can cut that little cat toy on. Don't be rattling them keys, man.
I ain't rattling nothing. I got my hands right there top of my pants to keep my fingers warm. I ain't rattling nothing.
Okay, thank you. No way. No freaking way. No way.
I told you there's something right there, John, and you don't believe me.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. You are the first one that we got to do that. That's all you got to do is touch it. Will you do it again for me, please? That was a pretty fun night that night. I live in the Pacific Northwest, and we have a place up here called Starvation Heights. Did a couple of trips there. Caught a picture of on a tombstone of a head. Have you caught anything likewise? Yeah, in the clinic. I don't have a picture up here, but if I find it, I'll put it up here and I'll show it on next time. But at the clinic, me, Michael, and I think Michael's friend Chris was with us. I can't remember if he actually was or not, but then Austin was with us. Austin was looking down at his phone or something other, doing something. And Michael, where he takes pictures like crazy, he just started snapping over there next to Austin, caught him in the bottom of the picture and the wall and stuff around him. And we was looking at the picture. Michael seen me something there say, look at the floor. There's something there standing in the floor or something other. I couldn't really make out anything there, but I got to look behind Austin's head on the wall, and there's actually a man's face, looked like a soldier's face, like I'm going to say like anywhere from a Civil War soldier type deal. His face was actually on the wall, looked like he was holding a sword like this. That's what it looks like. You can see the arm, you can see the face as plain as day. If I can find that picture, I will show y'all. Again, I'll put it on here and show it to you. That was a really crazy night also. That's awesome. Man, that was the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. That was crazy. And at the bridge, I don't have it on here neither, but it's on my phone. We was at the bridge. Michael was taking pictures again. I was nowhere in the thing. I think I was at the truck putting batteries in the SLS camera. Well, I'm back. Internet turned me off. You're cool. I appreciate you coming back in. Appreciate it. I just got done showing them the video of the gremlin going off at the bridge. We was at the bridge that one night. It was me, Michael, my dad, and Michael's friend Chris was there. And I was standing over behind Michael at the truck, and he was taking pictures. And he caught a shadow that actually formed behind my dad. And I had a gizmo sitting on the bridge. Then about, I don't know, about a foot, my dad standing there. And then about another foot, Chris was standing there beside of my dad. And you can see the shadow forming on the bridge in between the gremlin and my dad. He took 3 pictures. You can barely see it, and then you can see it start a little bit more, and then the 3rd picture is dark. You can tell there's something there. It's quite strange how witnessing a paranormal event can change your perspective. Oh, you're right. It sure can. A lot of people does that. I'm just writing and answering your paranormal questions. Yeah, these ain't nothing big. I just got them off Google, majority of them. But the last one I wrote, I just want to make sure they know what their what C.O.P.S stands for. You know, that's well, if I was going to put cool old people stories, they wouldn't got into the group. But you know, I'm just crazy like that. I'm just trying to think of something to do because in 15 more minutes I'm getting ready to go lay down. Because I've actually got to get up and go work in the morning. Uh, Joined the house we investigated last night in 1861. The Union made it headquarters and hospital. Then the Confederates made it their headquarters and hospital. That's pretty cool. I'd like to have been there. Hey there, professional paranormal research. I was in your chats earlier. I believe that in my neighborhood there is a house that a demon has lived in since I was a kid. I know 3 people who died because of that house. That's my opinion, of course. Yeah. Then after the war was a sick house, a lot of history and death there. Oh yeah, that is pretty awesome. Saying hi to you. That's pretty awesome. But next Sunday is our next show. I have a very, very special guest. I had it on the little thing that slides underneath the thing. One of my good friends that I started following here last couple weeks and everything, and she said she will come on my show. I asked her to be a guest on my show, and she said she will. She does do crochet work. Like I said, I'm in each and everybody's community now, so I'm not just in the paranormal community. I'm in the baseball card community, hunting and fishing community, still in the paranormal stuff, and I got over into the sewing and the crocheting and the knitting world. And like I always said, I do like to watch people make stuff. I've enjoyed seeing everything, and right there she is now, just had popped in. That's one of my awesome friends that I have made in the last few weeks. So I really appreciate you coming in. And since you're here, this is what I want to show you that I've done. Remember, I said I made stuff out of wood and tree limbs and stuff. I carve a chicken, little roosters. That was my very first thing that I made, and I started making pink flamingos for my cousin's daughter. She likes the flamingos, so I made them for her. I made several. I made over 1,000 of these things. I made little cardinals and a little woodpecker. I made bluebirds. And I made snow owls. And when I was working at the golf course before I started my job now, I got in there one morning real early and I started making deers, and I had to tie it off to the refrigerator so he wouldn't run because I had to go to the bathroom. I don't know how many of them rascals I made. Then I started making a bunch of little bitty deers. I don't have none of this stuff. Everything I made, it got gone real fast. And my buddy I work with now, he wanted me to make an exact replica of his farm. So I done that by memory. And come on, computer. There he goes. So I made his farm by memory. I went to his house several times, and he said he wanted me to do one for him. So I got him a little horse on there and got some of his cows, and his barn's got hay and stuff like that. Got him a little garden with power lines going towards his house. That's what I do on my days off when I'm not investigating because it's raining. And this is what my profession is now. I turn water bottles. We chop it up into flake. We turn that into what we call chips, little bitty pellets, look like fertilized pellets. That's what we call chips, and we turn it into yarn. So if you go buy clothes and if you see this sign on it, there's a chance that I loaded the yarn on the truck that go to these places and make this stuff with. So that's what I do. Hey, Dom. Hey, Dustin. He carved a lot of neat stuff. Yes, I've done, I don't know how many I've done. I've done over thousands and millions, and I don't have none of it to show for it. I've got everybody, every time I made one, somebody done wanted it. I found your channel, thought my knife community, through my knife community. I'm a wood carver too. Oh, that's cool. off. Always do great work like that. Yeah, I'm not that good at it, but I've done it. And this is what I've done for my mother-in-law. I made her a crochet hook out of tobacco stick. I whittled that out of 4-foot tobacco stick. That is about, I'm gonna say that one's about 2 foot long, because she said she needed one that was a little bit longer than what she had. So I made that, and she uses it, and I think she's about got it wore down now. So I might have to end up making her another one. So I hope y'all enjoyed the yarn thing. But if you ever, you can find the truck. It goes all over the United States, that shows how the yarn is made, and it will you can walk inside and they'll walk you through the steps that they do, and it has some stuff in there that's been made out of the yarn. And is that truck right there? It drives all over the United States, and it came over to my work several times and we have a little play day, and you can play a game, and you win some kind of prize every time. You have to put your finger on these water bottles and put them in a trash can, and then you in the recycling bins, I see, and then you'll win a shirt, win a little tote bag thing, or a pair of socks, or a hat, or some sort of something. But that's what I do for a living. I drive a forklift to load the yarn on the truck so they can have stuff to make. I love that your company turns plastic waste into usable, recyclable yarn. It's amazing. Oh yes, I forget how many bottles that we saved from getting into the ocean a year. I forget how many. Debbie says abyss. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I've been there now for 8 years, going on my 9 years next July. Be my 9 years next July, so I'll stay there as long as they let me stay there, I reckon. I'll show y'all this one more time, then I'm gonna get on out of here. It's 11 o'clock. These are drink coasters. Like I said, this is the green one, and we got there's 4 come in a set, and you get a purple one, and you get the one that is like a haunted house in the letters. If you put out the whole orange thing on there, it's supposed to be a haunted scene. And the limited edition is this one right here. After we make a run on this, we won't have no more of this. You will get another color that looks like this. This is the limited edition of the Gremlin Gizmo, which we call him Luke. That's what everybody named him in the channel, is Luke. So that is a limited edition. So you will get 4 in a set. That is when we get everything set up and get our line of stuff out there for sale. I will post all the stuff on the channel here when we get it all set up and everything. But I can't do that until I get another 2,000 more watch hours. So that's my goal. Then I'll have 3,000. I'm surprised they're gonna let me have 3,000, not 4,000, because that set hit right after I got started, and I guess I got grandfathered into the 4,000 mark. So they say if I can get 3,000 now, I can go ahead and get partially monetized. But I do want to say thank each and every one of you for coming in, hanging out with me, and listening to me run my mouth. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening to my life story on the pictures and stuff. But I did get a lot of people ask me what I did for a living, and everybody thought I was just really doing paranormal for a living, which you don't make no money at that. But after my golf course life, I went over to what we call Unify. This is the name of the group. I mean, my work, Unify. The yarn is reprieve. So that is what I do for a living. Well, have a blessed day. I appreciate you, Vicky. Appreciate you a lot for hanging out with me. I hope y'all had a really good investigation the other night. I can't wait to see some of the evidence y'all got. I might bring you up here on the panel one night and get you tell us some things that y'all seen and stuff like that, if you want to or if you can. That will be very interesting hearing some of your stories and everything. So I really can't wait till next week's show. I do have a very, very special guest, and my cousin's coming on Wednesday night with me through Paranormal Journey. We don't have a guest yet until she finds one, and but I think we're just going to talk about the show, what we're looking for on the show and stuff like that. It is called Paranormal Journey. It's every other Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to have what we call wacky weather. My cousin's daughter is going to do that one for us, and we're going to give out the haunted location that we would like to go, or we done been, or if my cousin's done been, because she's been in other groups before she came to mine, and things like that. We'll find out everybody's different. Get set up. I appreciate that, Vicky. You've always been a real good friend and a guest to the show. I really appreciate you for being a big part of C.O.P.S and helping us out a lot on different things and helping us out on locations with your things that you can help us with. You know what I'm saying? Friday night, we actually had a pretty good night. We've had some crazy stuff happen. My dad had something that keep hitting him in the back. We finally figured out it was actually a little boy that was 7 years old. Name was Michael, and he was scared. He lost his parents. He couldn't find his parents nowhere, but Ventures with Beth. She was there, and she actually guided him to where he was needed to be. I'm not really the type of person that try to lead the spirits to where their resting place is. I'm afraid if I do that, I will get them stuck in between the spirit world and the earthly world, living world, whatever you want to call it. So I don't do no kind of cleansing. I don't do none of that. If I need to do something, or I'll get the right authorities to do it. That means I'll find me a priest or preacher or somebody that knows how to read the passage out of the Bible and stuff like that and lead them on over. That's just my preference, and I don't really want none of my team members to do none of that neither. I'll let it up to them. I go find out why they're there, what made them stay there, why they didn't get to go, and stuff like that. And if they say they want to go, I will find them the way to somebody, let them help him send them on over. He was crying. He couldn't find his mama. He was wanting his mama and everything like that. So Beth helped him get on over to the spirit world and to be with his family. But we still had some crazy things happen after that happened. We actually heard something there behind us on the bridge, and then it seemed like it was actually moving in the woods. You can hear a big, solid step. I'm not going to say it's Bigfoot because you know my opinion about that, but I believe in aliens before I would Bigfoot, which I'm not going to say he's not real. I ain't going to say he is real. They just have to show me more than one footprint and a little twig of hair and things like that, because they always find a little twig of hair in a barbed wire fence. He'd be spotted in North Carolina. Next thing you know, he's spotted over in Washington State. By the time he got from North Carolina to Washington State, you know how many barbed wire fences he got run through, cross over, and jump around and stuff. He'd be about half naked by the time he gets there. So, you know, that's just. So if y'all see a half naked woolly booger running around, y'all's neck in the woods, y'all know you got stuck in a barbed wire fence somewhere. Yeah, if you're not comfortable doing that, just find someone that knows what they're doing to help them. You're right, Vicky. That's what I've always done. I've always tried to do it best way that I know how, to find somebody that knows what's going on. I'm not a type of person that I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that there's a spirit stuck in between and you can't go neither way. You know, I'd rather for them to stay here until somebody can find something other to send them on through. But you're right. I don't want to do that. There's always a Catholic priest or a minister or a preacher or ordained minister or something like that can do it. I don't fool with that part. I just want to find out what happened, try to get their history, try to get their story out to the people. But I would love to try to help out, like investigations for the sheriff's department or something, or see if I can't try to help in some way. That's what I want to do. That's what I would want to try to see if our equipment can help out with that. But who knows? It might work, it might not work. We can't never tell. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank y'all a lot. And I'm going to get on out here because I got to get in bed. It's already 11:06. So I'm going to play this outro. And I hope and pray that I see y'all Wednesday night. And have fun Thank y'all a lot, and I will see y'all later. Bye, everybody.